Now we are going to dive a little bit deeper into performance management and career planning. Okay, basically, this is how to work smart, grow fast, and not get stuck in a job you hate, unlike the traffic blocks which we cannot avoid, right? So let us start with performance management. What is performance management? Uh, to make you understand in a very easy manner, I want you to think about Google Maps. Have you used Google Maps or maybe iMaps, right, in iPhone? I am an Android user, so maybe I'm wrong here. Okay, anyways, we all know Google Maps. Think of it like Google Map, right? What is the purpose of using a Google Map? So that it can help us stay on track, reach our destinations, and alert us when you go off road, right? Performance management is also something like that. It is a continuous process where employees get guided, they get monitored, and also developed so that they and the whole team can perform better. But there is a catch. It is not just about achieving big results, right? It is also about how you can behave, what competencies you can build, and how aligned you are with your role. So, if you are a team player who can collaborate, who can learn and contribute, then that is counted as a performance too. It is like cricket. Scoring runs is great, but teamwork and good fielding is also very, very important, right? Now, let us zoom out a little bit. Performance doesn't happen in a vacuum, right? This is where the systems theory come in. You remember we had in MMPH 1, we had talked about organizations as open systems? Yeah, something like that. Imagine, so this time, unlike Google Maps, I want you to imagine your organization as a very big thali. What is the good thing about thali? And this is something which I really like about thalis and satyas rather than our regular meals. We have a collection of assortment of various sabzis. And in sadhya, of course, we'll only have rice, but in thali, in North Indian thalis and all, we also get some chapati as well, right? So I want you to imagine your organization as a big thali, right? Rice, curry, pickle, papad, right? Even at the end, we have desserts, and all these things are connected, right? If the pickle is too spicy, then the whole meal will feel off. If your dal fry is having too much of a salt, things are going to be off. If your rice is undercooked, things are going to be off, right? Similarly, even in organizations, the people, the processes, the technology, the environment, all these things are interconnected. And if one part goes out of sync, the performance is going to drop. So if your IT system crashes, even the best sales executive is not going to be able to meet targets, correct? And that is why when we talk about human performance, we also have to look at the bigger picture. It should not be just individuals, but rather the environment in their work, the tools that they have, and the team that they work with. And that is all what systems theory talks about. Speaking of performance, I want you guys to time travel little bit again. Okay, like in almost all the sessions that we were having so far, I want you to time travel a little bit so that you can also try to understand where this performance and career planning, all these kind of stuff began. Okay, the history of behaviorism in business. Let us see. Now, back in the day, during the classical time, managers did not care much about how employees felt, correct? It was just like another resource. It was all about machines, time cards, and do as you are told, right? But psychologists like Skinner came in and they said, wait a minute, people are not robots, right? Neoclassical era. They showed that behaviors can be shaped using rewards and punishments. And that is how ideas like incentive systems, employee recognition, structured training, all these things came into play. So next time you get a star performer certificate, then you know who to thank, the behaviorists. Okay, now let us connect a very important three important dots that is there in this, right? That is behavior, performance, and management. Behavior is what you do, like showing up on time or helping a colleague or giving a great customer service. That is behavior. And the result of this behavior is performance. Sales closed, reports submitted, targets achieved, performance. And Then comes management. Management is what guides both behavior and performance. Correct? Like a coach. A good manager doesn't just say, do this, do that, right? They will study our behaviors. They will give feedback. They will encourage what works and they will also fix what doesn't work. It is like parenting. Like if your child is studying well because you reward them with a trip to the mall, then that means you're already applying HR theories at home. How many parents are there listening to me right now who does this? I, for one, does it. I always constantly say, see, if you complete your homework, maybe this weekend we can go somewhere like that. Some incentives I have to give him, then only he'll do something. I don't know how it is going to play out at the end. I don't know, but still, yeah, this is one of the ways which I motivate him to study. Anyways, let us now switch our gears a little bit and let us talk about career. Okay, that is what we are all after, right? Our careers. A career is not simply a job or a salary. Okay, you have to view, I want you all to view your careers as a professional journey that you undertake through your life. It includes all the roles that you take up, all the skills that you gain, and the goals that you chase. Whether you're becoming a banker or a marketer or a startup founder, your career is like your personal IPL. Okay, you're both the captain as well as the player there. And career development. Career development is all about how you grow in that journey. It is not a one time activity. It starts from your college days and it continues through your first job and even during your midlife, where you might feel like quitting everything and maybe opening a cafe in Munnar or something. Munnar is an amazing place. How many of you have gone to Munnar? I went there a few years back, and oh, the view, the climate, ah, ha, 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 ha. Even I felt like opening a cafe in Munnar. Anyways, career development, as I said, it is a lifelong, it is flexible process, and it also needs planning. Some people move up fast in the career ladder, whereas others might switch industries or maybe even take a few breaks. But what is important is that you keep learning and you set realistic goals and you adapt to changes. Companies should also be held responsible to help employees grow by offering mentoring, by giving them training programs, by giving them opportunities. Because after all, a happy employee is a productive employee, and a happy employee will give you happy customers as well. Okay. Now, now let us talk about career transitions and choices. These are like crossroads in your journey. A transition can be a promotion or a job change, or it could even be a shift in the industry. It could be voluntary, like you deciding to quit your IT job and become a yoga instructor, or it could be forced, like layoffs, right? Whatever the reason is, transitions need planning. First, you have to realize the need for change. Then, you have to explore, you have to prepare, you have to move and adjust. Is it simple? Do you feel it is going to be simple? Not always. But is it going to be doable? Absolutely. Career choices, on the other hand, are decisions that we make based on interests, our skills, values, family expectations, and all that things. And also job market realities. Now, here comes a very cool concept, okay? Career anchors. Career anchor is a term that was coined by Edgar Sheen, and you can think of career anchors like the compass in your professional life. They are your inner values and talents that pull you towards certain jobs. Like for example, if you love solving technical problems, then your anchor might be technical competencies. For me, though I work in an IT field, I've always had a pull towards teaching, which is the reason why I started this YouTube channel, right? So, if you want freedom, it could be autonomy, and others might value stability, service to society, or leadership, anything like that, right? So, knowing your anchor will help you choose the right job, and it could also avoid career regrets at 40. One of the things that I'm going through, seriously. I don't know why I chose BTech or why I chose IT field when actually I'm very passionate about teaching. Maybe I will do an MTech lately after a couple of years, maybe, and switch to teaching altogether. Let's see. Unfortunately, the thing is, careers are not always smooth sailing. career problems are very common. And most common problems, career problems are confusion, dissatisfaction, lack of growth, or even burnout. But as any cloud, there is a silver lining here also. There is some good news because, and that is that these career problems can be tackled. How can we tackle them? Through self reflection, through career counseling, new learning, and sometimes just a heart to heart with a mentor. You can always find your way back. It is not a problem. And speaking of career planning is like building a map. You assess your skills, you set your goals, explore your options, and you prepare. And from your perspective, it means knowing yourself and planning ahead. From a company's view, it might mean helping you to grow so that they can grow with you. And at a bigger level, career planning always helps society by matching people's skill with the needs of the economy. So, yes, your career plan always matters, not just to you, but to your boss, your family, and even your country. So, make sure you do it right. Just like a typical Bollywood hero, there are a few steps to your career development, right? We said career development is continuous learning and adaptability and all. It doesn't happen all of a sudden on a fine day. On a fine day, you open your eyes and you've been promoted. No, doesn't happen. It goes through certain steps. Let us take the example of any typical Bollywood film, SRK's film or something like that. How does it start? You start as a young, confused person, right? Then you establish yourself. Then you hit midlife drama. And finally, you settle down. Shubham, right? You retire. We call these stages. Okay, these stages as the first stage of a career development is always, one second, let me just make some place to write these things down so that you have a reference. So the first stage of career development is exploration. You explore yourself. You're learning, you're young, you're confused, you explore your options. And then you establish yourself. And once you establish yourself and you go ahead in that path, you, after a while, you will hit that midlife crisis, right? Or in our case, you can say mid-career crisis. And then you proceed, somehow you overcome all that thing and you will reach your late career. And then you will slowly start getting burnt out and it will have a decline. You will retire. So this is how your career development also goes through. And organizations can support you at every stage of these career development by proper HR interventions like career counseling, internal job postings, or skill development workshops or mentoring. Even flexible work options are a good way to help support employees during different stages of their career development. So, in summary, managing performance and planning your career, don't think of these things as just another HR jargon. Okay, it is about real people, it is about real goals and real growth. Whether you want to climb that corporate ladder or you want to start your own thing, the key is understanding your behavior, planning your journey, and being open to change. So, dear students, your career is not a straight road, but rather like a road trip. Please treat it that way. There is going to be bumps, there are going to be curves, some tea breaks, and beautiful scenery. But if you plan well and drive smart, you will reach where you are meant to be. Otherwise, you might get lost in that scenery. As HR managers, you will always have to help the employees in your organization steer through as well. All right. So that was all about unit number 7. Until I catch you up in unit number 8, this is Anu signing off. Thank you so much. Happy learning.